This video is about adventure. There's a saying in off-grid overland adventure travel. The more capable your vehicle is, the farther away from help you'll be when things go wrong. Well, not anymore.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Lift off. With gratitude to our veterans today and always, go USA!
Falcon 9 is pitching downrange.
Led by Elon Musk, PayPal creator and current CEO of both Tesla, the electric car manufacturer, and SpaceX, the company currently launching astronauts to the International Space Station, there's a mission to bring broadband internet to every corner of the globe, both on and what used to be considered off-grid. And where that's impressive enough by itself, it's not actually the end goal. And we'll get to that. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. If this is your first time, I'm Michael, founder of Overland Bound. We are a worldwide adventure travel community, 25,000 members. We believe to our core, adventure is absolutely necessary, and we're here to help. So go ahead and connect with our community. Now, before we dive into the details, it's important to lay some groundwork. When Elon Musk says, I'm going to bring broadband internet to every corner of the globe, it's important to listen, because if he says it, it's probably already happening. So he didn't do too poorly with that whole PayPal thing. He made $180 million when Google bought PayPal. Now, before you start saying, those Scrooge McDucks, those rich guys, they all just share the same bank account and pass money back and forth. No.
So all of the money just came from me personally. So I didn't want to ask people, other investors for money if I thought we were going to die.
Elon Musk invested $100 million into a space company, into SpaceX. He created that company. He invested $70 million into Tesla and $10 million into Solar City. Now, my back of the napkin math says he bankrupted himself because in his own view, it was necessary. Now, why do I lay that groundwork? What does it mean to you and I, adventure travelers? Well, when Elon Musk says, I'm going to bring broadband internet to every corner of the globe, it means that this is a paperweight. Our beloved Garmin InReach, which currently connects us via satellite and allows two-way text communication, is soon going to be irrelevant because there will be broadband internet everywhere. How is this possible? Starlink. Elon Musk is using SpaceX to launch thousands of satellites into space in low Earth orbit to provide this internet access. Let's talk about Starlink. Well, how's this different, Michael? Why are the Starlink satellites better, and why is it different than what we have today? Okay, so the whole history of the space program, there's been about 9,000 satellites ever launched. 5,000 of those are still in orbit, but only about 2,000 of them are actually operational. SpaceX has permission to launch 30,000 satellites. They've currently launched 540 satellites, and about 1,000 are required in order for service to be operational. Is this happening sometime in the future? Wait, the Jetsons are in the past. Is this happening sometime in the future? The first service is supposed to be available in 2020 and 2021 with $30 billion of SpaceX revenue generated annually by 2024. This is a now thing. What is it? How do I get access? Now, before I get into that, here's something for you today, right now. About 2 years ago, Overland Bound decided to focus on next generation, cutting edge mapping and navigation software to allow our community to connect with one another. Now, that's available. It's called Overland Bound One. You can get it for both iOS and Android right now in the store. Links in the description. You should go and get that. Now, how is it better? Well, how about low latency? Better than you currently get through your cable modem. How's that possible? Well, these satellites are in low Earth orbit. They're at about 550 kilometers. Other satellites are much farther away and the latency is greater. If you want to get into why they're so low and why they've got to move around the Earth so quickly, get into Newtonian physics and Einstein's general theory of relativity. We're not going to cover that here. So, thousands of satellites. Right now, SpaceX has authorization to launch up to 30,000. Now, we already talked about 9,000 being the entire history of satellite launches. So this is a lot of satellites. There are some concerns. Can you see them in the night sky? The answer is yes. And there were some very disturbing images that came out shortly after the first Starlink satellite launches. But they're not as bright once they're in their final place, and SpaceX is doing a couple of things. Different coatings and sunshades to prevent us from seeing those satellites. We'll just have to see how that works. What's involved with the technology? How much would this technology cost? Is it even possible for me to possibly take advantage of this when I am off the grid adventure traveling? Well, from what we know and what we've heard, the answer is yes. This is a pizza box sized dish that costs around $200, and it is a consumer piece of hardware and internet access, meaning it is not just for large companies, but rather available to you and me. What are final prices going to be? We just don't know. We do know, however, that in North America and Canada, we're going to start testing this year. So this isn't a future technology. This is a now technology. So initial rollout this year, broader distribution next year, and as I mentioned, $30 billion in revenue annually by 2024. What's that all going to be used for?
I cannot emphasize this enough. This is the thing that we need to do. We must make life sustainably multiplanetary.
Well, that money is going to go to Elon Musk's final goal, which is to become a multiplanetary species, setting foot on Mars. That money is going to be used to fund SpaceX and to establish a foothold on Mars, a colony on Mars. If you ask me, the ultimate adventure, and it's pretty exciting. Now, we can debate whether or not it is a good thing to have connection everywhere. After all, we go off grid to find solace in the great outdoors and to have that connection with nature. However, what I will say is it's up to us to put these things down, and I recommend it. But it wouldn't be adventure if everything happened according to plan, and if a connection can get you help when you need it, I'm all for it. All right, you guys, go over right now. Get Overland Bound One, the app on iOS or Android store. It's free. Links in the description. You can connect with our awesome community that wants to help. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me again. I will see you right back here on Friday. I'll see you on the trail. Until then, outfit and explore.